I don't know about you, but I often find environmental challenges to be daunting and they seem insurmountable. And so I think it's important to, yes, identify areas in need of improvement, but also identify successes. And so today I'm going to share how I made my period zero waste. The earth is dying and I'm pretty terrified. I want to do better, so I'll have to learn. In Metro Vancouver, tampons and pads cannot be recycled, so they end up in the landfill. However, if you use those products, I just found out that the wraps for those are recyclable, so make sure you're keeping those for the depot. When I use tampons, I would use maybe 10 per period, which is 120 per year, and I use them for like 8 years, so that's 960 tampons that I have used in my lifetime. If a tampon is 0.03 pounds in mass, that means that in my life, I have discarded 28.8 pounds of tampons. And my period is kind of on the lighter side, so depending on the person, it could be a lot more. In fact, a Canadian study estimated that on average, people use 13 tampons per period, which for the Canadian population equates to about 23 million pounds of tampons disposed of per year. Anyways, so I was a tampon user for a long time, and I was kind of tired of this consistent waste that I was producing, like every month. No matter what, I had to throw things away, and it was annoying and frustrating, and I started chatting with people like in the bathroom or about periods or whatever, and people were raving to me about menstrual cups. If you've never heard of a menstrual cup, it's like literally a little cup that goes inside your vagina, and it makes a suction, and it collects all the blood. And you reuse it. And then one day I was just in London Drugs, shopping in the tampon aisle, and then I saw the menstrual cup right above it, and I was like, why not? So I took the leap, I bought it, it was like $40, which was a lot for me at the time, it still is, but that's about what I spend on tampons in a year, and they're supposed to last 10 years, so I was like, it's gonna be worth it. And it was. I've been using my menstrual cup for 2 years, and the first 2 months were a little bit hard, there was a learning curve. Now I love it, it's more comfortable, less involved, less expensive, and if I'm like chatting periods with you, I will like generally recommend it because I love it a lot. After reading through a couple of qualitative studies, I found that people generally feel the same way as me. 91% of new menstrual cup users in a study in BC said that they would continue to use the product because of decreased leakage and increased convenience. Menstrual cup use was found to be associated with increased confidence, comfort, mobility, and school attendance for schoolgirls in Kenya and Uganda. The other study that I read said some of the barriers that are blocking the use of menstrual cups are sociocultural. This was in the United States. They found that the stigma and negativity associated with menstruation influenced people to reject the menstrual cup because of the level of comfort and contact it requires with your body. If menstrual cups sound like they're not for you for whatever reason, there are lots of other zero waste alternatives for periods. There are reusable pads, period underwear, and I'm sure other things. I haven't personally tried those, so I can't say much about them, but I do have friends that swear by them. They're probably great products too. There are also compostable tampons and pads, but I would be careful to not consider those zero waste products because generally green bins don't accept personal hygiene products. I'll also say that managing your period is a matter of health. You just gotta do what you gotta do to get by, and nobody should feel bad or ashamed for how they get by. However, if you do have a little bit of extra time to experiment with a new period management strategy, I would say go for it. You could find it really cool, like I did. And my other tip would be to talk to people in your life that have periods and ask them what they're doing, because that is what helped me switch over, is like talking to real people that had done it, and it made me less scared to try it. That is it for me today, I think. Please press like and press subscribe if you found this video at all positive. And as usual, if you have any corrections or anything you'd like to add, put them in the comments below. Myself, and I'm sure future people watching this video, would appreciate it. Goodbye!